Coming up on the Paranormal AfterParty.
Well, let me ask you a big question. What do you know about that hand next to you?
It's an old hand.
Not a ferry.
A ferry?
Not a ferry.
It's not a ferry?
No, I'm not
What
a
did I
ferry.
say?
Don't-
Ferry.
I'm not a ferry. A ferry.
Yeah.
Not a ferret. A ferry.
Ferry.
Anthony, Mike, Flip, Steve, Joe, Christine, and Eric are in Virginia. And while they may be traveling with the world's oldest two-legged ham, they haven't found the world's oldest, I guess formerly four-legged ham. Trust me, this week, they find it. And last week, I promised to explain what this is all about. And I will, after the break. Because remember, the adventure is in the journey. So after the Applewood Colonial Bed and Breakfast, the team heads off with full bellies to see some history. Colonial Williamsburg, where hopefully, after meeting the generic black shirt group, the locals don't decide that the revolution is a bad idea.
This is kind of like walking back in time. See, they say Virginia's for lovers, and look at them holding hands. It's so cute. Excuse me, but would you mind if I interview you for a little bit of a project I'm working on?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Could you perhaps tell me what goes on in this town? Is it like a little ghost town, or what is it?
A ghost town?
Is that what?
You calling us ghosts?
Period dress, perhaps? Forgive me.
We're gardeners, but here in Williamsburg, there's all kinds of trades, and this is where the capital resides for Virginia.
Is it like a reenactment?
Like a living history museum.
Living History Museum.
We're dressed correctly.
Okay.
Yes.
And is this the proper time to be milling about the town, or should we come back like later in the year?
This is everyone's out and about doing their business and their affairs, trades. This is the best time to be out. Yes.
More importantly, what do you think of Joe's glasses?
They're very nice.
Are they?
I was going to comment on them. They're actually quite nice.
My nice little spectacles.
Yes.
I got a little shop down there. It's really cute.
Yes,
Really nice
they have
little
everything,
place.
the latest and the best.
He's tall.
Sir.
And do you do this full time?
Yes.
You do. And do you love it?
Yes.
You love it.
We're actually both apprentices in our first year, so.
So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
You as well. Stay
Thank
warm.
you so much.
Joe, how was them pilgrim chicks in this sack?
Bumping uglies.
Guys, what you do, Steve, to get in there?
Mike, you're not lying to me, right?
Mike, too late.
He's a witch.
How dare you? I didn't do it.
I said, shut up.
I didn't do it.
See, is that you? Is that your mess?
Hey, Joe. Guess what's going on? Hey, Joe.
It's the third time
Right. Walking through the doorway, and oops. As you can tell, people back then were thinner.
Because they had no food.
Oh,
Terrible. You're not gonna believe it, ready?
what's in there?
You ready?
Yeah. Oh, it's garbage.
Well, that's one historic place down with absolutely nothing learned. You know, later we're moving on to a museum, so hopefully something will be retained on this trip.
10, 11, it's 12:13, so it's...
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so it's 1:14. Yeah, daylight savings time.
No, it is 1:14.
When I first moved here in 2008, they were excavating this site, and then they determined from the pipes and old bottles, whiskey bottles, stuff like that, that This used to be the coffee house. And the coffee house was coffee in the morning, turned into a pub in the afternoon. And all Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, all the guys that were in there doing legislation, they'd come over here right after work, and that's where all the work really got done.
So, buddy, you look a little stiff.
So after a walk through Williamsburg, it's time to hit the road and head to the final investigation in Virginia, the Isle of Wight Museum. And the quickest and most adventurous way of getting there is a ferry.
We're going to the museum now. We're gonna jump on a ferry.
Not a ferry.
A ferry?
Not a ferry.
It's not a ferry?
No, I'm not
What
a
did I
ferry.
say?
Don't-
Ferry.
I'm not a ferry. A ferry.
Yeah.
Not a ferret. A ferry.
Ferry. All right, I got it. We're getting on the ferry now.
And we're taking what? 5 West?
No, I don't know where it is.
Where's the
I'm just
casino?
gonna follow
Can we go to the casino?
Yeah, sure. I'll flip.
I want to go out into town tonight. We going out in town tonight, guys?
You ain't gonna get an argument from me, bro. So where's this museum? What's the story?
Museum is it's a Smithfield museum, and it's nothing but ham. Hold on, there's a girl.
Smithfield ham.
Hello, where's Virginia? See her, look at me.
I don't know Virginia.
Pirates of Penzance. Penzance. Pirates of Penzance.
All right, so this museum is Hatfields and McCoys, what you saying?
It's the Smithfield,
Oh, Smithfield.
Ham Museum.
Smithfield.
Why are we going to a ham museum? I have no clue what's
It's not
going to
a
be in
ham
there.
museum.
It's a ham museum.
How much could you learn about him?
We're on the ferry. You look like a ferry. Excuse me, sir. Got a passport? You have a passport?
Busy putting the address in the GPS.
Oh, well, thank you. Hi, can you talk? Are you busy? Passport? Speaking. All right, ferry leasing. Come out, man. It's pretty nice out here.
All right, we're on the ferry now. We're going over to Smithfield on the other side here. We're going to go to the museum to see the oldest ham. I don't know why, but because we got one right behind the camera here flipping. So that's neat. Have a good night. Oh, something different.
I'm going in the car.
We have to take Steve to the hospital later. He's seasick. Look, a flying like a bird. Freezing cold. Yeah, go back down. Go in the car.
One for your shoes.
I feel like looking for a pig. Look, Steve. Look. Just don't move. Don't move.
Hey, you guys. Use your move off.
Hi, this is Tex Stram for SunsetRanches.net. I'm here to help you get started on your journey to land ownership and to share with you the 6 most important tips when looking at buying land. Tip number 1, purpose of land. So what is your goal for the land investment? Recreation, livestock, or even home building? When looking at land purchase, it's important you know what you want to do with it now and in the future. Some land won't let you build on it. Others won't let you hunt, camp, or ride motorcycles. All of the land we offer on SunsetRanches.net let you do all the above and more. Tip number 2, location and roads. Location is, as they say, everything. Is it close to a highway or major city? Some internet land sellers give you a great price, but their land has no road access or is in a remote area not close to any major city. All of the property SunsetRanches.net offers is close to El Paso, Texas, and has great highway and road access. Tip number 3, power and waste. It's critical to understand what options are offered for power and waste disposal, especially if you intend to build on your property. Are there any type of easements offered for power to be established or expanded? Are solar and wind power available to build on your property? And are septic systems allowed? All of the tracts sold by SunsetRanches.net allow building of solar, wind, and septic systems and have easements for power expansion. Well, that's the end of part 1. Make sure to watch part 2 and start your way to land ownership. We make it easy for you to get started. So start your land ownership adventure today.
Steve. Look. Just don't move.
Oh, pure ham. Check it out. You're hamming it up now.
And now that the team has finally arrived in Smithfield, it's time to meet Sandy Gremlina Manley.
On parts unknown, Daisy!
All you fans rant and rave that I treat Daisy as my slave. To me, she's just a tool of destruction. All our opponents need
Pro wrestler
reconstruction.
and friend to the generic black shirt group.
I've been a wrestling fan since the 70s. I went to an audition with a friend and got into a little altercation with the director, and in not so nice, polite terms, told him he was number one. And he liked the attitude and went, "You're hired," which shocked me because at 4'8", you don't expect wrestling. And 6 months later, I was in Vegas training, and I did a 6-month tour in Glow until I blew my knee out, and then I left and pursued non-wrestling activities until 2010 when I joined Vanguard Championship Wrestling, VCW, based out of Norfolk, Virginia, as a former commissioner and manager now.
Sandy and her husband Alan are both members of RTL Paranormal.
So in addition to your skepticism in the group, you are the wrangler, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yep. I help her out, make sure she has what she needs to be part of the group, since she is also from Glow. Do security for her as well, and like I said, help out Raphael and the group when they're doing their investigations.
So you wrangle me. You wrangle me.
Who let the Gremlina out? Who?
I married him.
Now the generic black shirt group, RTL Paranormal, including Gremlina and Alan Manley, are all here to investigate the Isle of Wight Museum.
The museum was founded in 1976 by a group of locals who were very excited about Isle of Wight County history. They set it up actually in a building just across the street, and then they suddenly outgrew that. So they came over here and they renovated the former Bank of Smithfield into a museum space. The Bank of Smithfield was originally chartered in 1891 on this site, and then in 1912 it burned to the ground. So the building that you are in was built in 1913 and was reconstructed here on this site. The museum moved in 1978, we tell the story of Isle of Wight County history. We tell pre-colonial history, colonial history, and everything up until the Cold War.
Well, Smithfield and Isle of Wight County is a farming community at first. It goes back to Indian times. There are several Indian tribes in the area. And a lot of the agricultural center started here with peanuts, cotton, hams, and stuff like that. And it's still renowned today for the Smithfield hams and stuff like that.
well, let me ask you a big question. What do you know about that ham next to you?
It's an old ham. Probably like me, but a lot older than me, so.
From what I hear, it's the oldest.
That's what I hear too.
We are home to the world's oldest ham, which is 1902, and we are also home to the world's oldest peanut, 1890. So a good number of our guests are actually coming to visit those two notable artifacts.
All right, so we found the ham. But is the museum worthy of a paranormal investigation?
Sometimes at night it is creepy when you turn the lights out, so you turn off the lights and you're in the building and you just sleep.
Yeah, especially like the two mannequins behind you. You know.
Yes, we have two mannequins upstairs and one downstairs, and sometimes in the right light.
At first glance, yeah.
Sometimes, and we actually have had a few folks who've been quite startled by the mannequin's presence. And we had an alarm that went off several years back, and the police do a sweep of the site when you've got one of those, 3 a.m. phone calls. And they came in once, and we'd forgotten to warn them about the mannequins, and we almost lost one. But anyway, they're still here, and now the police remember, so it's good.
This is my first time at this location, so I'm open to whatever may or may not happen. I always have a wait and see attitude when it comes to investigations. Part of me is like, show me. Part of me is like, yeah, believe. So I just sort of take the whole wait and see attitude.
Gotcha, sure. Who do you expect by the end of the night is going to get a beat down by you?
That would have to be Steve Barry.
Steve Barry. Okay, Steve Barry. Here you guys. Use your move up. Oh, that's nice.
I'm a heel, but I don't try to kill people.
Let's do this one together. Come on. Let's finish this off. What do you think's going to happen here tonight?
Well, I hope we get some good evidence. I like to be proven that there's something out there other than what we've got now. So let's just expect the unexpected.
All right. You ready to rock and roll?
I'm ready to go to the light, Carol Ann.
Let's go.
We're going to send Steve, Christine, Grimlina, and Joe down to the basement, frankly, because they're the only ones that'll fit in that basement. It's a very low ceiling.
I cannot.
Everyone got the recorders going?
First EVP session down here in the basement of Island Wight Museum in Smithfield, Virginia. We have Steve, Joe, Grimlina, and myself. We have Steve, Joe, Grimlina, and myself. We have Steve, Joe, Grimlina, and myself. Are those colors supposed to change, Steve?
Yes, the Grayson Box 2.0 has a multicolor light in the beginning and a multicolor light at the end, the K2. So, let's see what happens.
I just thought I heard something. I don't know if that was anybody's stomach.
I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it? If there's anybody here, can you say hello? I thought I just heard your voice.
I also understand that there are a lot of artifacts down here. If there are any spirits here that are connected to any of the artifacts down here, can you let yourself be known, please, by making a sound, letting us hear your voice, or perhaps touch one of us?
You can hear the sound of my voice. Can you come over towards us, please?
I think they really need to know that we want to say hi. If you're here, let us know. I like to meet new people, so say hi, touch me.
Say hi, touch me. Say hi, touch me.
And for me to say touch me, that's a lot.
And for me to say touch me, that's a lot. And for me to say touch me, that's a lot.
Can you move something down here? There's plenty of things down here to move.
Don't worry about us not being able to hear you. We have a couple of devices here that will record your voice. One of which I can hear through my headphones.
If there's an artifact down here that you like, move it.
There have been other groups that have come in. One in particular that I know of that we are working with today that has experienced some stuff in the past.
Hey guys, something just brushed my ear.
Did it?
It feels like a spider web just brushed my face right here.
Can you shine a light to see if there's any?
It was right here.
Nope, there's no cobwebs.
No, I don't see any cobwebs.
Okay, that was interesting.
Are you trying to touch Grimlina?
I get the impression that someone's named Grimlina. Her real name is Sandy. Can you say hello to Sandy for us?
Is that the first time it ever happened to you?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, huh? Because I thought I'd hit a cobweb because it just felt like something brushed down the side of my face.
That's what it feels like a lot of the time.
Just took me off guard there for a second.
Did anybody hear that?
Like a hum?
I heard it.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. Are you attached to one of the pieces that are down in the basement? Yeah, really.
Howdy, Tex Stram here for part 2 of 6 important tips of how to buy land brought to you by SunsetRanches.net. In part 1, we covered knowing the purpose of your land, location, and power. In part 2, we will cover services, surveying, and terms. Let's get started. Tip number 4, services. You hope you never need it, but if you do, are there fire and police services provided by the county you purchase your property in? It's important to check since in some remote locations, telephone and internet service may not be available. At SunsetRanches.net, we do the homework for you, and we are happy to report all of our tracts have police, fire, emergency, phone, and internet services available. Also available nearby are post offices, food, lodging, schools, and medical facilities. Tip number 5. Survey. Why is it important? Land survey is important to avoid confusion and legal troubles, and any credible land seller should survey their land. A professional land surveyor will research the documents available about your land, including titles and previous surveys. They then go out to the land and they will physically measure the property and check these dimensions against the previous records to find any discrepancies. Land surveyors can also use electronic equipment, GPS positioning, or other devices to determine the boundaries of your property. At SunsetRanches.net, we care about your peace of mind, so all land sold by SunsetRanches.net is professionally surveyed. Tip number 6, terms. All buyers should have buying terms up front. You should be able to see plainly the monthly payment, down payment, interest rate, and any other fees. A sample contract, if requested, should be provided for you. View the properties we sell at SunsetRanches.net, and you'll notice on each listing we put all the relevant information up front for the buyer. Never get in a deal where the seller does not want to put up front the terms of the contract. Well, that ends our 6 most important tips for buying land. Visit our website at www.sunsetranches.net to view more information about land ownership and to browse our land listings. We make it easy for you to get started, so start your land ownership adventure today.
Just took me off guard there for a second.
Did anybody hear that?
Like a hum?
I heard it.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
Took me off guard there for a second.
Did anybody hear that?
Like a hum?
I heard it.
Yeah, I heard the same thing.
Just took me off guard there for a second.
Did anybody hear that?
Like a hum?
I heard it.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. So I just heard the same thing. Like a
That's really great if you're trying to communicate, but can you try just a little harder?
That's right, there's your hum.
There's your hum.
There's, yeah.
It was the furnace kicking on.
Well, there's creepy baby carriages over here.
Oh. I got, somebody didn't like you saying that.
Somebody didn't like me saying that?
No.
Did I offend you? I didn't mean to. I have to warn you, if you startle me, I may flatulate a little bit.
Did you sleep in one of these baby carriages? That's the spinning wheel.
Yeah.
Did you used to make your clothes on this?
Can you tell us why you stay if you are here? Point 4.
Did you get upset because I sat in one of your chairs?
I went down to a point 1. Is that one of those chairs that's a toilet?
That just has it on and on in the basket.
Oh. Is that one of those chairs that's a toilet?
That just has it on and on in the basket.
Oh. Is that one of those chairs that's a toilet?
That just has it on and on in the basket.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
It's an old commode.
It's an old commode with something in it.
Okay.
So if we're smelling something, it's not
Right? It's
demonic.
Right? I didn't fart.
No.
He probably did. And just blaming it on them.
Well, I guess even a ghost gotta go sometimes.
I just thought I felt cobwebs myself.
And there are none.
Does it take a lot of energy for you to come through? If you need the energy, you can take it from the devices we carry in our hands.
Okay.
What's the matter?
I'm just checking something out.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
Well, I know we have moments of silence, but I love the little blinking red light. If you want to make it blink, go right ahead.
If you want to make it blink, go right ahead. If you want to make it blink, go right ahead.
Are you playing with me again? I'm sitting right here. You can touch me. You can speak to one of these people. Heck, you can even show us you're here.
Where are you, Chris?
Right here.
I just thought I saw something. Oops. Over there.
There's been a noise going creaking back here behind me, but
It looked like something was moving back there.
Are you playing hide and seek?
Tag, you're it.
Right.
Are you playing hide and seek? Tag, you're it.
Right.
Are you playing hide and seek? Tag, you're it.
Right.
Joe, where are you?
I'm right over here.
Wave your hand.
Oops.
All right, and that's not you. Where are you? You're over here. All right. Wave your hand again. Now stay where you're at. Move your light towards your right. Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Really?
Wait, something's over here now. Someone just made a noise over here. Guys, just watch your head. There's light bulbs above you, and there's fire sprinklers too. I don't want you to whack them. Alex, just watch your head. There's light bulbs above you, and there's fire sprinklers too. I don't want you to whack them. Alex, just watch your head. There's light bulbs above you, and there's fire sprinklers too. I don't want you to whack them.
Do you respond to sound if I knock on something? Could you repeat it for us? Are you ready? Listen. Can you knock back the same amount of times?
K2's getting a slight hit.
Is it?
Yep.
I mean, nervous because she didn't answer. I'm like, what happened to her?
Are you picking up on anything, Chris?
I right now just feel like there's a teenager or someone smaller in here and just ducking, but that's the only thing I got down here.
Yeah, I feel like I'm playing hide and seek.
Right? It's like every time we go towards it, it moves away.
It did drop 3 degrees in here. It was 68.9 before. It's 66.3 now.
This must be off. This says 59.9.
Oh, there you go. Just went to blue. Can you do that again?
You're able to make those lights change colors.
I like the pretty blue.
Right? Something we can't do. Only you can do it. Thank you. All right, let's just ask a control question, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead, keep going.
Is my name Christine? Can you make that blink? Is your name Christine?
Are you attached to one of the pieces that are down in the basement?
All right, I don't know how to call that.
Right. Yeah, really. Still talking.
All right.